Introducing a whole new form of racing to the best online racing simulation in the world. This is Dirt Racing on iRacing.com. Race online at some of America's most legendary dirt tracks, including Eldora and Williams Grove. iRacing is the premier online racing game featuring NASCAR, IndyCar, sports cars, and now World of Outlaws, the leading sanctioning body for dirt racing. iRacing is easy to use and features a centralized ranking system to make sure you have the best experience at any skill level. With a massive inventory of high-precision laser scan tracks and cars with an unmatched dedication to quality and detail, iRacing gives you the most authentic online racing experience available. Thanks to iRacing's dynamic track system, developed specifically for dirt racing, tracks change over the course of a race, just like your favorite dirt track on a Friday or Saturday night. From a slick racing groove all the way up to the cushion, iRacing's dirt tracks deliver non-stop racing action. Partnered with the World of Outlaws, iRacing is your source for the most authentic dirt racing experience available, featuring 4 brand new tracks and 11 new cars, including street stocks, Legends cars, late models, NASCAR trucks, winged and non-winged sprint cars, with much more on the way. Join the Dirt Revolution on iRacing.com and start slinging mud today.
Horsepower isn't just for NASCAR. It's for your car. It's for off-road and the on-ramp. You need it when you're drifting. You want it when you're passing. Get more of it with a K&N high-flow air filter, designed to increase horsepower with up to 50% more airflow. Because whether your green light flashes here or here, everyone loves that fast car smell.
Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network this lovely Wednesday evening, night number 3 in the 2017 Fall Brawl Spectacular, located out here at Five Flags Speedway in Pensacola, Florida. We're making our way into this third night, which brings out the super late models who have the big 250 lap event tomorrow, which you're going to see all kinds of drivers, especially here tonight, qualifying ranging from your average driver all the way up to a few NASCAR drivers. So we're definitely looking forward to that action, and we're getting close to be able to bring you the qualifying action coming up in just a few moments. Taking a look at the race information, or excuse me, the track information here tonight at this half-mile track. 72 degrees, 72% humidity, partly cloudy, 98 on the track temperature. It is going to get sticky, especially for the drivers who find themselves a little bit down in the lineup. It's going to be a total of 35, I believe, 35 to 37 drivers attempting to qualify. What's going to happen here tonight? Just to give you a heads up, we are going to have a qualifying session. We're going to go to a commercial break. Then we're going to have a C-main race. The lowest on the totem pole are going to race. Top 5 drivers will lock in. Then we'll go to a B-main race where those top 5 drivers will lock in. Out of the qualifying, the top 20 will lock in to the feature for tomorrow night. So a lot of stuff happening. You definitely want to stay tuned here tonight. We're going to have a few heat races as well, and it's going to be a great night overall. So let's get on down to it as we take a look down there. Ready to go qualifying. They are ready to send them. Again, this is qualifying for the 250 lap feature race tomorrow. And the first driver now making his way around the track to his green flag run. First driver up tonight, this is the 00 of Travis Houck. Travis Houck out of Sevierville, Tennessee, Overclock Motorsports, Old Smoky, Tennessee Moonshine. The sponsors on the car, as well as United Way of Sevier County. Let's see what he's got for his first go-around here. Off turn number 4, Travis Houck. His first time, it's going to net him. I don't think he's actually going to get a time out of that one. So he may have done something, tagged the wall. Second time around, it's going to be a 15.866. Next up to qualify this is the number 21 of Cody Thompson. Out of Nakusa, Wisconsin, part of the Posse Loco Toco Cookies, the sponsor on the car. And Thompson's first go-around, working his way off turn number 4. Let's see what he's got as he crosses that start-finish line. It's going to be a 15.836. Still has got a second attempt here. Let's see what he does on his second run. Can he get a quicker time? First time was a 15.836. Second time, it's going to be a 15.889, a little bit slower. Your third qualifier now taken to the green here tonight. This is the 54 of Dallas Pataska. Out of La Crosse, Wisconsin, part of the No Fear Racing squad. Dallas Pataska looking for some opportunity here tonight as he comes across that start-finish line. His first time. It's going to be the new fast time, 15.744. Another opportunity to get a quicker time as he crosses. Pataska is going to have a faster time, 15.696. Looking for our next driver out there on the track. Somebody's going to get going here. And I believe it's this guy right here, the number 4 of Mark Welch. Mark Welch out of Fenton, Michigan, part of the Paragon Corvette. Midwest Race Updates and Mr. Asphalt, the sponsors on that super late model. Let's see what he's got here as he makes his way around. Crossing that start-finish line. And just trying to see what happened. A little bit of update here, folks. iRacing's been having some issues here tonight. But his first go around was a 16.305. Up next, this is the number 9 of Garrett Conrath. Out of West Bend, Wisconsin, Legendary Whitetails, the sponsor on the car. Got that camo action going on that machine. Nice looking car. Off of turn number 4. Let's see what he's got. Conrath, as he crosses, is going to be a 15.707. That second quick time. Off of turn number 4, here he comes at a second attempt, trying to get the fast time. It's going to be a 15.991, not going to be able to do it. So Conrath will hold up in second position. Up next, this is the number 11 of Garrick Stokebauer out of Montello, Wisconsin, part of the Bobby Kendall Racing Squad. Stokebauer off turn 4. Let's see what he's got for his first lap as he crosses. He's got the fast time, 15.635. And he's going to get loose in the backstretch. He'll tag the inside wall, and wow, really crunched up that car. But it was after he got the fast time. So Garrett Stokebauer, now your fast qualifier. Next qualifier to take to the green, this is the 51 of Kevin Berg out of Stevens Point, Wisconsin, part of the posse. A nice looking paint scheme on that car. Here he comes off turn number 4. Kevin Berg, his first go around. He's going to be fourth quick with a 15.774. Back into the front stretch. Can he climb up any further? Second go around is going to net him a 15.953, so he will hold in fourth. Next qualifier, this is the number 2 of Scott Dunlap. Out of Covington, Pennsylvania, the T4X teammate, Clinton County Motor Speedway, iRacing Today radio show, Miller Racing Engines, and Cochran's Towing, the sponsors on the car. Scott Dunlap's first time, 15.888, and he's going to hit the inside wall. So the warmer conditions definitely getting to these drivers. Up next, this is the 69 of Derek Robinson out of Louisville, Kentucky, part of the T4X team, T4X chassis, Handsome Fellows Barbershop, as I lost my voice there. Off turn number 4 as he crosses the start-finish line, Derek Robinson, fourth quick, 15.763. And he's satisfied with that run, so he'll go in fourth position. Up next, this is the 62 of Zachary Onan out of Grafton, Wisconsin, part of the Tundra Super Late Models. He's got that on his car. Zachary Onan's first time is pending here as he's working his way in his first lap through the backstretch here at Five Flags. It's going to be a 16.104 for Zachary Onan. That is 11th quick. Let's see if he can jump into the top 10. He's going to need a 305 or 0056 or better. And it was in 16.246. So he'll hold on to 11th position. Your next qualifier, this is the 26 of Brandon Wilkinson out of, I believe it's Pawcatuck, Connecticut. Scott Eckridge Chassis, Kirkwood Transportation Services, some of the sponsors on the car. He's going to be fourth quick with a 15.763. Coming across that start-finish line, his second go-around, 15.840 for Brandon Wilkinson. Your next qualifier, this is the number 12 of Drew Krybeck. Out of West Salem, Wisconsin, part of the Posse Tundra Super Late Models. Epic Media Loco Toco Designs on the car. Let's see what he's got for his first go-around. As he crosses, it is going to be a 15.722. And he'll be satisfied with that. That is fourth quick. Next qualifier out on the track. This is the 83 of Adam Benefiel. Adam Benefiel out of Pell City, Alabama. One Up Motorsports, Midwest Performance, Roll Speed Dynamics, the sponsors on the car. And KR Designs as well. Benefiel into the front stretch. Let's see what he's got. As he crosses the start-finish line, he's into the top five, fifth quick with a 15.754 and looking really loose. That 92-degree track temperature and oil rubber already put down on the track is making it tough for some of these drivers later on in the qualifying session. Your next driver up, this is the number 3 of Clay Snyder. Out of Newburgh, Indiana, T4X team, T4X Chassis, H&H Sign and Supply, the sponsors on the car. First go around off of turn number 4. Here he comes. His time is going to be a 15.999. That's 13th quick. And again, folks, the top 20 will lock into the feature. Have about 35 cars qualifying. Let's see what Clay does here. Can he crack the top 10? He's going to hold in 13th. Second go around just a little bit quicker, but not enough to get a position out of it. 15.923. If you're looking for some pizza delivery, or maybe you're just hungry, this guy right here has it all for you. This is the 98 of Ian Lane. Out of Mechanicsburg, Ohio, no sponsor listed. His first go-around is the new fast time, 15.635. So he won't even take a second lap. He's going to leave the track in that condition. Up next, this is the 25 of Devin Rogers out of Columbus, Ohio. JVM Racing, Howe Motorsports, Old School Graphics and Designs. Looking for a good run here. Let's see what Rogers has got. First go round's going to be 6th quick with a 15.729. Still has another attempt if he so chooses. Turns 3 and 4, now working his way into the front stretch. Here comes Devin Rogers as he crosses 15.994, but he'll hold in 6th position. Up next, this is the 31 of Alex Oriens. Out of Rochester, New York, Staggered Motorsports, the team. Loco Toco Designs and Core Life Eatery, the sponsors on the car. First go around, Alex Oriens. He's going to be 16th quick with a 16.024. Second go around, his second lap. 16.287, so he'll hold in 16th position. Your next driver on the track, this is the 66 of David Krikorian out of Los Angeles, California. Part of the Wheelin' and Dealin' Motorsports team. Exalta, the sponsor on this Chevrolet, as he works his way through turn number 4 on his first go-around. Where's he going to end up? David Krikorian. He's got the new fast time, 15.624. Straight to the top and straight to the pits he goes. We've got a new fast qualifier. Up next, this is the 47 of Mark Humble out of Nashville, Tennessee. H2C Racing. AreaCars.com, the sponsor on the machine. Needs to be in the top 20 to lock into the feature. Let's see what he does. Crossing that start-finish line, Mark Humble is right on the cut line. 20th position, 16.133. He has a chance to climb the ladder here. As he crosses, can he get a faster time? It's going to be a little bit slower. 16.245. Up next, this is the 14 of Kyle Souza out of Somerset, Massachusetts. KCR, Bay State Sewage, Columbus Oil, the sponsors on the car. Kyle Souza crossing that start-finish line. First go around, fourth quick, 15.688. Once again, making his way into the front stretch as he crosses. He's going to hold in fourth. Second lap, a little bit slower, 15.776. Rocking the Coors Light car here tonight. This is the 39 of Bill Martin out of Madison, Wisconsin, part of the posse. Sponsors should be the Car Show, but he likes this Coors Light scheme. Off turn number 4, here comes Bill Martin. Where's he going to be? He's going to be fifth quick, 15.694. And I think he's going to bow out of that second lap here early and just be satisfied with the top 5 clinch here. Up next, this is the 72 of Ben Nile out of New Vineyard, Maine. Down East Chassis Works, Toxic Media Solutions, Nitro Trailers, Nile Gravel and Dirt Works, and a few other sponsors on there on that car. Off turn number 4. Let's see what he's got. Ben Nile as he crosses the start-finish line. He's going to have a 15.760. That's 11th quick. Let's see if he can crack the top 10 here, folks. As he works his way off of turn number 4. Here he comes, Ben Nile. Can he get in the top 10? Not going to do it. 15.948. He'll hold just outside in 11th position. Up next, this is the number 88 of Matthew Eddy out of Sanford, Michigan. Howe Racing Enterprises, Don's Towing, and JVM Racing sponsors on the car. Here he comes to the start-finish line. The first go-round for that 88 of Eddy. It is going to be 19th quick, 15.915. Crossing that start-finish line, it is going to be a 16.095, so he will remain in 19th position. Next driver on the track, this is the number 5 of Matt Rolfe from Laconia, New Hampshire, T4X teammate, H&H Sign and Supply, Midwest Performance, sponsors on the car. Crossing that start-finish line, Matt Rolfe's first go-around. He'll be 9th quick with a 15.725, and by doing that, he's not going to go for a second attempt. Your next qualifier out, this is the number 6 of Joe Schaefer Jr. out of Green Bay, Wisconsin, part of the posse, the Button Box Shop, H&H Sign and Supply, the sponsors on the car. Into his first green flag run now into the backstretch out of turn number 2. Let's see what he's got as he comes across that start-finish line. Joe Schaefer Jr., new fast time, 15.616. That is your new fast qualifier right there, folks. Next up, this is the 29 of Jason Tarasenko out of Langley, British Columbia. One Up Motorsports our mission options. And it looks like Harding Motorsports Supply and Midwest Performance sponsors on the car. Tarasenko off of turn number 4. Let's see what he's got. Crossing that start finish line. First time's going to be 12th quick. 15.733. Second go around for Tarasenko. Can he get the top 10, folks? He's going to be a little bit slower. 15.963. Next up, this is the number 7 of Darrell Hamlin. Out of Christiansburg, Virginia, T4X teammate, T4X Chassis, H&A Sign and Supply, the sponsors on the car. Running that Toyota Camry. Really high run on the turn 3 and 4. Doesn't net something big here for the number 7 as he crosses. He's going to be 28th. Didn't really get anything on that first run. I believe he tagged the wall. Second go around. Let's see what he's got. He is going to end up 19th quick, 15.788. Up next, this is the 17 of AJ Rogers out of Cloverdale, Virginia. Roughnecks teammate. Our insurance options, Midwest Power Source, the sponsors on the car. Crossing that start finish line, AJ Rogers. He's going to be 21st quick, 15.842. Needs to get into the top 20. Where's he going to be? As he crosses, he's going to hold in 21st, just outside, 15.912. Up next, this is the 92 of Ty Spearman out of Gaffney, South Carolina, part of the posse. Teammate. A little bit of a Superman logo there on the hood of that Ford. Crossing that start finish line, his first go around. Let's see where Ty Spearman ends up. 8th quick with a 15.701. And he'll be satisfied with that. No second attempt for the 92. How about this guy? All the way from England, ladies and gentlemen, this is a 78 of Christian Challoner. Challoner out of Stoke, England. Yeah, you heard me right. One Up Motorsports is the team. I'm going to take a shot at this. Heisenfeld Engineering. I Analyze. Some of the sponsors on the car. Night Fox Designs. As Challoner crosses that start finish line, he's going to be 10th quick, 15.708. Christian Challoner also races in the NASCAR Peak Antifreeze Series. Crossing that start finish line, can he get further up the ladder? He's going to hold with a 15.846, just a little bit slower, but he is into the top 10. Up next, this is the 32 of Trevor Edwards. Out of Shepherdsville, Kentucky, part of the posse. Glazers Collision, the sponsor on the car, off of turn number 4 in his first lap. Let's see what he's got. Trevor Edwards, third quick, 15.632. These guys confident in their times, not going to take another attempt. Next person up to qualify, one of the last few to qualify here tonight. This is the 37 of Tim Bills out of Sturgis, Kentucky. Part of the Wheelin' and Dealin' Motorsports team. H&H Sign and Supply, the sponsor on the car. Working his way, he turns 3 and 4. Tim Bills in his first go around. New fast time, 15.608. Out jumping Joe Schaefer Jr.'s previously set time of 15.616, 16.008 for the 37 of Tim Bills. Up next, another NASCAR Peak Antifreeze Series driver. This is the number 40 of Jimmy Mullis. Jimmy Mullis out of Midland, North Carolina. Lockdown Racing, K1 Speed, JDR Graphics, Kirkwood Transportation, some of the sponsor transport services, on the car. First time for Mullis as he crosses that start-finish line, fourth quick, 15.626, and he's not going to take another attempt there. Leaves us to one of our last few qualifiers here tonight. This is going to be the number 63 of Hunter Combs out of Painesville, Ohio, part of the posse. Hunter Combs now working his way into his first green flag run here at Five Flags, wanting to get in the Fall Brawl Spectacular 1 year ago. Fought his way in from the last chance qualifiers. Let's see what he's got here tonight. Can he crack the top 20? Combs is going to be 25th quick, 15.808. Off turn 4, here he comes. He's got to get in the top 20. Gonna hold in 25th position, 15.892. So I think that may do it as we take a look out over the field. Don't see any more people, anyone else qualifying at this point in time, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to take a quick look here at the results. This is what we got for qualifying times. Tim Bills setting that fast time. We're going to look to get a driver interview with you folks and with him folks. And Tim, well done here tonight. You score the pole here for the Fall Brawl Spectacular super late model race coming up tomorrow night. What are your thoughts on this achievement?
I'm pretty stoked on this one. There's a lot of good cars in here, and a lot of this was due to DK and Wendell Stratton. He come in and helped us out on our setup, and it worked out.
Still a heck
worried there with the going late, but I guess it all worked out okay.
Definitely a heck of a job done. And when you do that, when you go out there and you have a great run like that, does anyone let you know you got the fast time and that's why you didn't take a second attempt, or did you just kind of feel that you had it?
Yeah, I had a good lap there, and I knew that the second lap wasn't going to be as good. I could feel that it was a good lap, so I just pulled her off there, get out of the way.
Well, awesome job done to be able to score the pole position. Do you have any additional thanks or shout-outs you'd like to give?
Yeah, H&H Sign Supply and Wheeling and Dealing Motorsports, and DK had a good qualifying position there too with third, so Wheeling and Dealing looking pretty good here. Got to thank Wendell Stratton. He's at school and he got on and was coaching, so he did a good job getting us some more speed.
Well, heck of a job done here tonight, Tim. Can't wait to see what you do tomorrow night in the big 250 lapper, but congratulations again for scoring the pole.
Thank you, Dustin.
There you have it, folks. We're going to go live now with Matt Rolfe talking about this event coming up tomorrow as we look at the results here, the qualifying results again. Top 20 drivers making it into the feature already locked in. As we take a look at this, we'll get Matt's words here in just a moment. So Tim Bills scoring the pole, Joe Schaefer Jr., David Krikorian, Jimmy Mullis, Trevor Edwards through the top 5, Ian Lane, Garrett Stogbauer, Kyle Souza, Bill Martin, Dallas Pataska through the top 10, and making their way into the main 250 lap feature tomorrow night. Ty Spearman, Garrett Conrath, Christian Challenger, Drew Krybeck, Matt Rolfe, Devin Rogers, Jason Tarasenko, Adam Benefield, Ben Nile, and Brandon Wilkinson. Those people are going to lock in, Matt, and we've got a few things coming up. We're going to have a C main and a B main as well as some heat races tonight. Why don't you fill the crowd in on what they can expect?
Yeah, so as you saw right there, lap times are definitely really close throughout the field. I think from 10th to about 25th, they're only separated by a tenth of a second. So there's a few guys that are only a tenth off, and they are having to go through the B main here coming up. So what we're doing is from 21st on back, those cars are being split up into half. The bottom half of those cars will go around the C main for 25 laps. The top 5 out of those cars will end up advancing to the back of the B main, so they'll join the other cars that are in the B. They'll do another 25 laps, and the top 5 of those will be the ones that lock into tomorrow night's feature event.
All right, so with that being said, 21 through 25, Derek Robinson, Kevin Berg, Samuel Rouse, Darrell Hamlin, Hunter Combs, Cody Thompson, A.J. Rogers, Travis Houck, Scott Dunlap, Matthew Eddy through 30. Looking on back, Clay Snyder, Alex Oriens, Mark Welch, Zachary Onen, Mark Humble, and Russell Berry, your 36 cars. We got a C-Main coming up. I believe that's what's next, Matt.
That's correct.
All right, 25 green flag laps for you folks. We're going to take a short commercial break. When we come back, a lot of these drivers put it all on the line to try to get into that Fall Brawl Spectacular. Don't go anywhere, folks. We will be right back.
Introducing a whole new form of racing to the best online racing simulation in the world. This is Dirt Racing on iRacing.com. Race online at some of America's most legendary dirt tracks, including Eldora and Williams Grove. iRacing is the premier online racing game featuring NASCAR, IndyCar, sports cars, and now World of Outlaws, the leading sanctioning body for dirt racing. iRacing is easy to use and features a centralized ranking system to make sure you have the best experience at any skill level. With a massive inventory of high-precision laser scan tracks and cars with an unmatched dedication to quality and detail, iRacing gives you the most authentic online racing experience available. Thanks to iRacing's dynamic track system, developed specifically for dirt racing, tracks change over the course of a race, just like your favorite dirt track on a Friday or Saturday night. From a slick racing groove all the way up to the cushion, iRacing's dirt tracks deliver non-stop racing action. Partnered with the World of Outlaws, iRacing is your source for the most authentic dirt racing experience available, featuring 4 brand new tracks and 11 new cars, including street stocks, Legends cars, late models, NASCAR trucks, winged and non-winged sprint cars, with much more on the way. Join the Dirt Revolution on iRacing.com and start slinging mud today.
horsepower isn't just for NASCAR. It's for your car. It's for off-road and the on-ramp. You need it when you're drifting. You want it when you're passing. Get more of it with a K&N high-flow air filter, designed to increase horsepower with up to 50% more airflow. Because whether your green light flashes here or here, everyone loves that fast car smell.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here on the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network. Got some C main, B main, and some heat races coming up your way here in just a few moments. And it's going to be 25 green flag laps where the drivers in the C main, that is your lowest tier qualifiers, people who qualified back of the back top, those low 10 cars, I guess you could say. Those drivers will be fighting where the top 5 will move up into the B main, and out of the B main, the top 5 out of that will move in to make the top 25 in the feature race for tomorrow night's event. There will be 5 professionals given to a few drivers that have qualified throughout the year in the last chance qualifiers or the non-winners race and whatnot. They'll be given provisional slots there, so things could change. We should have our full lineup locked in by the end of the night and tell you who you can expect to see in the main feature coming up tomorrow night for the 250-lap race here at Five Flags. So we won't, one of the things I do want to point out here tonight, we're not going to have a ticker on the screen. Due to how the software is set up with iRacing, we're not able to give you quick results. It will look very diluted, so we're not going to run the ticker. And again, it is going to be 25 green flag laps. So if there's a caution, the cautions will not count against these. So I will be. We're kind of doing this beyond the capabilities of iRacing here to try to make this as authentic as possible for the Fall Brawl Spectacular. If you tuned in last year and watched this event last November, we kind of did the same thing, so do apologize that we're not able to give you that aspect of the race, but you are going to see some guys putting it all on the line to be able to get into that top 25 for tomorrow night's feature race. Last night, kind of recapping what we had this week in the Fall Brawl Spectacular. Monday night, we had a 150-lap street stock race. Bill Martin came away with a victory there. Last night, we had the late models, and it was a battle to the end, and it was definitely a great race, to say the least, and a lot of the drivers out there, unexpected, came away up into the top 10. And again, super late models coming up tomorrow night. Just trying to get a recap of what's going on. Again, reason we're just trying to get everything worked out because this is going to be outside the limitations of iRacing. Kind of forcing it to do what we want with an actual race control staff to throw yellow flags and whatnot. Tell you what, we're going to get a driver interview real quick. We're going to go live now with Derek Robinson, the 69 machine. Derek Robinson out of Louisville, Kentucky, part of the T4X teammates. T4X Chassis, Handsome Fellows Barbershop, sponsors on his car. And got word, Derek, you were tied for 20th, but for some reason you did not crack the top 20. You were just outside of it. Unfortunately, you're going to have to race it in the B main here tonight. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, the car is a little tight in the qualifying session, especially out of 2. So yeah, I tied with Wilkinson there, and apparently the 4th digit out was a little bit lower than mine. So that's the way it goes, and can't make any excuses for it. So we're here in the B main, and hopefully finish in the top 5 and move on to the main event tomorrow night.
I think as we've seen you in your career of super late model racing here on the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network, I think it's safe to say qualifying is probably not one of your better suits, but when it comes time to racing, you definitely can put it down. I think I've seen you come back from 28th, if not shotgun on a field one night. I think it was up in Richmond or New Hampshire. I can't remember the racetrack, but saw you come all the way through the field and you came away with victory that night. And is that something that you try to work on, try to get better at in qualifying, but you definitely know you got the talent to make it happen in the race?
Yeah, trust me, I practiced with qualifying. Me and Daryl spent probably about an hour on it last night, and he was still 10 faster than I was. So it's just, I don't know, it's just something that I'm lacking, maybe driving style or whatever. But when it comes to race time and get into a nice, decent rhythm, I know what I'm looking for in the car, and if I can get it, it was New Hampshire that time. If I can get it, then I can make my way to the front and race and beat anyone. But so I'm going to try to get that for the dash here, and really work on a dash setup. So I'm going to try to work on that and see if I can at least make my way up through the field and make my way through the big race tomorrow night. And I think we got something for him tomorrow night.
All right. Well, any thanks or shout outs you'd like to give?
Yeah, I'll give a shout out to Matt and everyone that's sponsoring this race here, and for you for broadcasting it, and for my teammates for helping out, and Handsome Fellows Barbershop.
All right, best of luck to you in that B main.
All right, thanks, bud.
There you have it, folks. Derek Robinson barely missing the cutoff to make it into the feature. We'll have to race it out and hopefully clinch a top 5 spot in that B main race. Well, it looks like we got some drivers down on the track going to go racing. We'll take a look at this here. Again, a lot of the features that you're used to seeing is not going to be actually part of it here tonight. But we'll get you the sounds and everything here. Some of the drivers we see, Scott Dunlap. Looks like he's going to start to the outside. Travis Houck, I believe the 00, will be in the pole position for this C-Main race. These guys qualified outside, I believe, the top 30. They're going to fight their way into it. Top 5 drivers move on to the B-Main. The next time by will be green flag running. And again, this is super late model qualifying for the major 250 lap feature event in the Fall Brawl Spectacular, part of the Savannah Racing Association. Here we go. Pace cars set to go into the pits this time by Matthew Eddy, Clay Snyder, part of the front 4. Pace cars in. Here we go. Green flags out. We're underway. And Travis Houck out to a nice sizable lead. Carrying about a 3/10 of a second lead off turn number 4. 1 lap complete, 24 to go in this C main event. Matthew Eddy up into second position. Alex Oriens in third. Clay Snyder, Zachary Onan. That is your top 5 cutoff. Scott Dunlap, Mark Welch, Mark Humble. Cars that are outside that cutoff. 8 cars in total in this C main event. Travis Hauk still about 3/10 to a 4/10 second lead. Through the backstretch. Matthew Eddy's right there with him. So looking at the cutoff slot, this guy right here, Zachary Onan. That is your cutoff into the B main. Right behind Clay Snyder, who is then in turn behind Alex Oriens. Laps dwindling down here in the C main. Matthew Eddy to the high side of Hauk. Clay Snyder back in third. Zachary Onan looking to the inside of Alex Oriens. And Onan now looking to the inside of Oriens to go up into fourth. Fourth and fifth, side by side off of turn number 4. Oh, and up into the wall. Alex Oriens is going to get wrecked. Scott Dunlap turned him. Yellow flag does come out. So Alex Oriens down on pit road. That will bring out the caution flag. So I believe we've got about 10 to 11 complete. So 11 laps complete, 14 to go on the restart. And again, a lot of the features you're used to seeing, not capable to doing here tonight because of we're going outside the bounds, the limitations of iRacing to be able to bring this to you. We are simulating a series of events that would take place in something that probably does happen here at Five Flags, the Snowball Derby. And tough break there for Alex Oriens. Just got word he's not going to be able to recover from that wreck. He has done bowed out, and unfortunately was up into the top 5, qualifying and clinching a spot into the B main, and was turned by Scott Dunlap. So it will be 14 to go. Lights should be off the pace car the next time by. Travis Hauk up front. Here's the look. This is your clinching 5 right here. Hauk, Eddy, Snyder, Onan, and Welch. Just outside, the 2 drivers, Mark Humble and Scott Dunlap. Dunlap will be relegated to the back of the field for causing the caution. And I tell you what, folks, don't rule anything out with the 5 that make it into the B main. Hunter Combs is an inspiration to that, as he went into a C main, into a B main, and made his way into the feature race. was impressive to see that. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it was late models last year, and he got third in the feature race. So never can rule out these guys out. Just because they have a bad qualifying run does not mean it's how they would perform overall in the race. Pace car off the track into the pits. Here we go. 14 remaining. Off turn number 4. Green flag flies. We're back to the race. Travis Houck up front. Clay Snyder looking to get underneath, and he'll do it at the line of Matthew Eddy. Eddy working that outside groove. Zach Rionen back and forth. Mark Welch now up into the top 5. Scott Dunlap's got around Mark Humble. Clay Snyder takes over the race lead. Matthew Eddy in second. And a little bit of a checkup action, some bumper-to-bumper action in turn number 4. That's going to sail Travis Houck still in third, Owen in fourth, Welch in fifth. Final laps closing in soon. The top 5 will make it. 2 will be outside of going to that B main. Clay Snyder atop of the field. Matthew Eddy still in second. Houck in third. Here's the gap of the cutoff. Scott Dunlap fighting for his way in to the B main here tonight off turn number 4, side by side with Mark Welch. Everything's on the line for these two drivers. Who is going to make it in? And Dunlap gets around Welch. Less than 5 laps to go. Scott Dunlap looking like he's going to see the B main here tonight. Mark Welch has got to rally the 4 machine back. And Scott Dunlap with a little bit of connection issues. Mark Welch. Less than 3 to go. Mark Welch is going to turn Scott Dunlap. Not sure we're going to see a caution flag. No yellow being thrown, and a little redemption for Alex Orion. Scott Dunlap will be turned. And I believe that is the 25. If not, this I believe will be the checkered flag lap for the event. And Clay Snyder comes away with this one. Matthew Eddy in second. Travis Houck third. Zachary Onen fourth. Mark Welch spinning. Spun Scott Dunlap. Asking race control to see if Welch does make it in. If Welch does not make it in, it'll go to Mark Humble. And we're waiting to get everybody lined up here for the B main, folks. Still waiting to see here. But again, appreciate you tuning in this Wednesday night, part of the qualifying action to get into the main feature 250-lap race. Sponsors for this event on the screen: H&H Sign and Supply, Midwest Power Source Inc., Tundra Super Late Models Can-Am Racing Series, Down East Chassis Works. And just got word from Race Control that Mark Welch will advance to the B main. So a little bit of karma coming full circle to the number 2. I know Scott Dunlap, and when I say this, folks, I'm not saying it's all intentional. But when somebody turns somebody, it may not have been intentional, maybe accidental. Scott Dunlap got into the back of Alex Oriens and forced him up into the wall. Oriens was in the top 5. Fortunately, will not make it into the Fall Brawl Spectacular 250-lap event. Mark Welch, not sure if that one was intentional, but he did get Scott Dunlap underneath. Scott Dunlap turned the number 2. Scott Dunlap will not make it in to the Fall Brawl Spectacular. So we are going to look to have some B main qualifying action coming your way, and they're lining them up down on pit road to getting everybody in order here. You can see everybody kind of turning their cars around. Clay Snyder needs about 40 acres to turn that rig around as he tags the inside wall. And Derek Robinson will be in front of this field. We still see the lineup continuing. Travis Houck towards the back. Zachary Onan and Mark Welch at the rear of the field. So that looks like what it's going to be.
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
So the yellow flag will come out. They'll bring him out with the pace car. These guys are going to have 25 green flag laps. Top 5 will make it in. This is the final attempt right here. Without this, you'd need a provisional to get into the event. So it all comes down to this. And taking a look, we'll show you the high cam here so you can see how many cars. Looks like about 11 cars out there on the field. So these guys are going to get a few laps of pacing to warm up. So the lights will be off the pace car. The next time by will be green flag racing for 25 laps. These 11 drivers. About 12. Let me get my math right. 12 drivers. These 12 drivers doing battle for a shot to be in the main event tomorrow. This being the major event for the Sim-Auto Racing Association. These drivers wait all year long to be in the Fall Brawl Spectacular. 4-night event. Here we go, lights off the pace car. The next time by, Derek Robinson will bring us to the green flag for the B main event. Pace car into the pits. Here we go. Turn 4 on the throttle. Green flags in the air. Robinson soaring out to a major lead. He's got about a half a second lead. Over Kevin Berg. Kevin Berg in second position. Or excuse me, not Kevin Berg, Samuel Roush. Or maybe, yeah, Samuel Roush. And do apologize to Samuel Roush. Didn't catch him on his qualifying run here tonight. Got out there, this one of the cars hit the wall during his qualifying run and kind of hiccuped the line a little bit. So do apologize for missing Samuel Roush's qualifying attempt here tonight. And while we got him, let's talk about Mr. Roush. Out of Tucson, Arizona, One Up Motorsports, Midwest Power Sourcing, Loco Toco Designs, the sponsors on that car, running second right now. And let's take a look at your top 5. These drivers locked in as of right now. If the race was to end on this lap, these guys would be making it into tomorrow night's feature. And that's Matthew, excuse me, I can't give you that. I can't give you that. Again, limitations with the software. That's why we're kind of blank screening it tonight, folks. So Samuel Roush, Darrell Hamlin, Hunter Combs, and I believe it's A.J. Rogers. Those are your top 5. Nice lap times. Derek Robinson laying down a 16.177 on that last lap. Hunter Combs had a 16.162, a little bit faster than your race leader. Getting to about 10 to go. Should be 10 laps remaining. And now it looks like Samuel Roush is going to challenge Derek Robinson for the race lead. The top 5 drivers in this will start position 21 through 25. Roush to the inside of Robinson, side-by-side racing here in the B main. Robinson comes back to the race lead. Darrell Hamlin back in third. Hunter Combs, A.J. Rogers rounding out the top 5. It'll be 5 to go the next time by. Samuel Roush still looking to take over the race lead. Fighting on the outside, Derek Robinson. These front 4 cars pretty much equal contenders here. Behind Hunter Combs is A.J. Rogers. And as you can see, A.J. Rogers, the number 17, still locked in behind him. Kevin Berg, who started the outside of this race, the number 51, just outside. So Samuel Rouse taking over the race lead. Samuel Rouse still in front. Again, my lap counts off just a little bit, folks. Didn't take into consideration pacing as part of the lap count. My ticker here throwing me off just a little bit. Just under 4 laps to go. The question is, in these 4 laps remaining, A.J. Rogers now feeling the pressure here from the 51 of Kevin Berg. Kevin Berg fighting to get in to that feature event. It's going to come down to these last few laps. Oh, and they're going to collide. Both of them go up into the wall. And something had to give, and I tell you what, folks, wow. Let's go back and take a look at that one. So there you see Kevin Berg behind A.J. Rogers. As they were coming into turn number 3, Rogers goes into his normal turn, but Berg, trying to dive underneath him down on the apron, will clip A.J. Rogers, and this is the battle for the cutoff spot, the 5th position slot. Both drivers go for a spin up into the wall. And Matthew Eddy squeaking by. He'll have some sparks flying. Travis Houck, how about that drift action right between the two of them? Man, I tell you what, that takes some skill to be able to pull that one off. Zachary Onan is going to come around as well. There you see the 21 of Cody Thompson. So they are down on pit road. And I guess from what I'm being told, that they went ahead and ran it anyways, as that was the white flag lap. So that's what I'm being told, folks. So here is what it looks like. Samuel Roush, Derek Robinson, Darrell Hamlin, Hunter Combs, and are you ready for this one? Your final and 5th, advancing into tomorrow's 250 lap feature. Are you ready for it, folks? The number 3 of Clay Snyder. So the guy from the C main into the B main will see it as a result of the two drivers getting into one another. Congratulations, Clay Snyder will make the cut. So we're going to step away for a short commercial break. When we come back, folks, we are going to have a little bit of heat race action for you. So you definitely want to tune in and watch that when we come back. So don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
Introducing a whole new form of racing to the best online racing simulation in the world. This is Dirt Racing on iRacing.com. Race online at some of America's most legendary dirt tracks, including Eldora and Williams Grove. iRacing is the premier online racing game featuring NASCAR, IndyCar, sports cars, and now World of Outlaws, the leading sanctioning body for dirt racing. iRacing is easy to use and features a centralized ranking system to make sure you have the best experience at any skill level. With a massive inventory of high-precision laser scan tracks and cars with an unmatched dedication to quality and detail, iRacing gives you the most authentic online racing experience available. Thanks to iRacing's dynamic track system, developed specifically for dirt racing, tracks change over the course of a race, just like your favorite dirt track on a Friday or Saturday night. From a slick racing groove all the way up to the cushion, iRacing's dirt tracks deliver non-stop racing action. Partnered with the World of Outlaws, iRacing is your source for the most authentic dirt racing experience available, featuring 4 brand new tracks and 11 new cars, including street stocks, Legends cars, late models, NASCAR trucks, winged and non-winged sprint cars, with much more on the way. Join the Dirt Revolution on iRacing.com and start slinging mud today.
Horsepower isn't just for NASCAR. It's for your car. It's for off-road and the on-ramp. You need it when you're drifting. You want it when you're passing. Get more of it with a K&N high-flow air filter, designed to increase horsepower with up to 50% more airflow. Because whether your green light flashes here or here, everyone loves that fast car smell.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here on the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network. I'm Dustin Caldwell, and tonight we got just a couple more events remaining. It's some heat racing where the top 22 will be split up into 2 groups. The first heat race, they'll go out and race for 25 laps to determine who's going to end up in the pole position. Everybody who finishes behind them will then fill out the inside row. Second heat race will start outside pole, and everybody who finishes behind that person will fill out the outside row. So a nice little invert action to give some wild card slots and really fill out this field in a very unique manner. one of the drivers, while the drivers are still warming up, we're going to go live now and talk with the nihilist man himself, driver of the number 72 Super Late model. You've probably seen him in the Tundra Super Late models week after week. And he makes his way out of New Vineyard, Maine, part of the Down East Chassis Works, Toxic Media Solutions, Nitro Trailers, and a slew of 50 other sponsors on the car. Ben Nile joins us here tonight. And Ben, how you doing?
I'm pretty ecstatic. I actually made it on time for once.
Yeah, heck of a job done out there qualifying tonight to lock into the feature. And, no C or B main race here for you tonight. And tell us, what are your thoughts? I mean, a lot of these guys wait all year long to be able to partake in this event. And here we are in November, and it's live now. What is your thoughts?
Right now, I'm just got to survive through the heat races. That's my thoughts at the moment. Getting into the big show, that's all I was focused on all week. I'd been struggling with a setup since last week. I told someone I've been throwing a kitchen sink at it for 2 weeks, and I still hadn't hit anything. And finally, I hit something, apparently. But these other guys that come in here and race with us, it just makes more fun.
Well, looking forward to some great racing, heat racing for 25 laps to determine where you are going to end up. Did you determine whether you're going to be in the first or the second heat race here?
Looks like I'm going to be in the first heat race.
So a chance to take the pole if you win this heat race. What is your best hopes here? I know you're racing for the inside lane slot. What, in your mind, would be a great starting position for tomorrow's event?
I mean, I've seen last year Tim won it from the pole. Year before, I think the guy who won the race started mid-pack. So it's all about strategy throughout the race to me. I guess I'm starting pole in Heat 1, it looks like. So I'm hoping I stay up there near the front. That'd be really cool. Get all my sponsors some good publicity.
Yeah, you'll have Jason Tarasenko to the outside. While you're talking about your sponsors, how about you give some thanks and shout-outs?
Oh, this might take a minute. I got Down East Chassis Works, Toxic Media Solutions. Those are my two companies. Nitro Trailers. I work with those guys when I go home with real-life stuff, and they always support me with this stuff here. C&S Computer Solutions builds probably some of the best computers in the state of Maine. Chicago Autofab, I work with them guys a lot building cars. UNOH, they've been training me a lot on all this stuff. Now Gravel and Dirt Works, that's my family back home support me on everything. And a slew of other guys. I just couldn't really fit on the list.
Yeah, definitely. I know when you were qualifying, I'm sitting here trying to look at the spreadsheet, and it just kept going and going and going off the page. I was like, man, this guy definitely has a lot of people cheering for him and backing him for this event. And hopefully tonight, you're starting on the pole in his heat race. Maybe you can finish this one out and start on the pole position for the big 250 lap event tomorrow night.
I'm hoping.
Well, best of luck to you, Ben. Thanks for stopping by to provide an interview.
No problem.
There you have it, folks. Ben Niles stopping by to give a little bit of an interview here as we're going to be rolling them into the pits here, calling them in. We're ready to get underway. Looking at the lineup, if you've been tuning in, it is going to be Ben Nile up front, Jason Tarasenko to the outside. Matt Rolfe, will be inside row number 2 of this one. The 78, which I'm hoping these are all in numeric order. That'll be Kristen Challoner will be outside in 4th position. The 92 of Ty Spearman. Bill Martin, Garrett Stogbauer. The 32 machine, that is Trevor Edwards. 66 of David Krikorian, and rounding out the field for the first heat race will be the 37 of Tim Bills. And again, the first heat race will determine the inside lanes of tomorrow's starting grid. And they should be calling them in any moment now. The checkered flag does come out for practice. Again, they'll get them lined up here in just a moment, folks. Again, sponsors, H&H Sign and Supply, Midwest Power Source Inc., Tundra Super Late Models, K&N Racing Series, and Down East Chassis Works. So Ben Nile will start in the pole position of this race. There you see the field filling out. 25 laps the distance to determine the inside row. It looks like we got everybody. Again, I probably mentioned earlier, I thought it was the top 22, but it is the top 20. So 2 10-car heat race events. Inside, outside lanes. Ben Nile to bring us to the initial green. Here we go, ready to go green. 25 laps of green flag racing coming at you. Pace car makes its way off pit road on the throttle through 4. Here we go, green flag flies. We're underway. So Ben Nile with a nice lead out of turn number 2. Carrying about a half a second lead. Has a chance to be in the pole position. Matt Rolfe back in second. Ty Spearman. Jason Tarasenko. Trevor Edwards, Christian Challoner, Garrett Stokebauer. Trevor Edwards side by side with that 29 of Tarasenko. Five laps to be complete this time by. And the number 5 of Matt Rolfe back behind Ben Nile. Both drivers seeking a pole position for tomorrow night. Through the backstretch, Ben Nile feeling the pressure now from the number 5 of Matt Rolfe. Ty Spearman back in third. Think of it as 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Top 5 would be the top 10. And oh, a little rub there to the 72 of Nile. Rolfe does back off. 8 laps complete. And Rolfe trying to see some opportunity off turn 4. Side by side at the line, he got where he needed to get underneath Ben Nile, and around will go the 5 of Rolfe coming with him, the 92 of Ty Spearman. Trevor Edwards as well. And Ben Nile hung up to dry on the outside groove. Tough break there. He may have an opportunity to drop in behind the 29 of Tarasenko. Right before Tim Bills. Can he do it? And he will, right in front of Tim Bills. So Ben Nile falls back to 5th position in this race, 9th position for tomorrow night. "12 laps complete. 13 remain. Tim Bills side by side with Ben Nile. He's going to get by him. Christian Challoner, the K&N Filters NASCAR driver, underneath Ben Nile now here in turns 3 and 4. Challoner making it into the playoffs for the K&N Filters. The postseason for the iRacing NASCAR Professional Series. Eight laps led. 8 laps led there for Matt Rolfe. May take the pole in this one. Ty Spearman back behind him. Final 5 laps closing in now. Rolfe's got 10 laps led. Ben Nile has 10 laps led. Less than 4 remain. Can he do it? Matt Rolfe. Next time by, it's going to be the white flag lap. Good battle here with Trevor Edwards and Jason Tarasenko. Tarasenko on the bottom, Edwards on the top. Battle for 3rd position. Should be the white flag lap out now. Tarasenko with a push it too. Edwards looking underneath. Here comes Matt Rolfe. And he'll come down, and I believe that's it. 25 laps for you folks. Oh, Edwards turning Tarasenko.
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
So the caution flag will come out to signal the start of the second heat race, but that is your pole winner right there in the heat race, the number 5 of Matt Rolfe. So they got to get everybody lined up here. Again, glad you could join us this Wednesday night for the qualifying events leading up to tomorrow's major race event here at Five Flags. It is the H&H Sign and Supply Fall Brawl 250. taking place tomorrow night at 10 p.m. And while they get everything situated, I tell you what, we're going to step away for a short commercial break. When we come back, we'll have more race action for you. Don't go anywhere, folks. We will be right back.
Horsepower isn't just for NASCAR. It's for your car. It's for off-road and the on-ramp. You need it when you're drifting. You want it when you're passing. Get more of it with a K&N high-flow air filter, designed to increase horsepower with up to 50% more airflow. Because whether your green light flashes here or here, everyone loves that fast car smell.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. If you're just tuning in, ready to go racing here, 25 laps the distance to determine the outside lane of tomorrow's starting grid. Matt Rolfe ended up in the pole position by winning that first 25-lap heat race. Pace cars in. Here we go. Adam Benefield bringing us to the green. Green flags in the air. So Adam Benefield taking us around that first lap lead. He's got a nice sizable lead, about a half a second lead over Drew Krybeck, who's back in second position. And again, these are for the even positions. The first ones were for the odd. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And right now in the top 5, it would be Adam Benefield, Drew Krybeck, Dallas Pataska, Ian Lane, Devin Rogers, and Kyle Souza having a good battle. Dallas Pataska looking to the inside of Krybeck, looking for that 4th position slot. Four laps complete, 21 to go. Ian Lane doing battle with Drew Krybeck now. Oh, and a little bit of door slam. Krybeck to the side of Souza. Wow. Not sure if there's a little bit of oversteer involved in that one. Krybeck's going to go up the track. Here comes Joe Schaefer Jr. underneath the number 12. Eight laps complete. Back up front, how about this guy? Showing that he wants to start outside pole. And that Fall Brawl, the H&H Siding Supply Fall Brawl 250 tomorrow night. One of the few drivers to run the Pontiac bodied car. In the super late models, it's done him some good. This guy, I tell you what, does a great job every track he races, but there is one that is the bane of his existence, and that is Oxford Plains. 2 seasons in a row. First one, he did not make the qualifying at Oxford Plains. The second, he did not even show up. Yes, he was scared of that track. But nevertheless, he's out in front right now leading this race. 12 laps complete. It'll be 13 when he crosses the line. Back in second, Dallas Pataska fighting for a 4th position slot. Kyle Souza looking to the inside of Ian Lane here as they go into turn number 3. Laps winding down pretty quick. Right behind Souza, Joe Schaefer Jr. fighting to be in the top 10. That'd be 10th position outside of that 5th row. And battling going on. Souza looking to the outside. Schaefer Jr. going up high. Souza's going to pass Ian Lane on the outside off of turn number 4. To the inside in turn number 1, we'll go to the number 6 of Joe Schaefer Jr. Right behind him, that is the number 40 of Jimmy Mullis. Another NASCAR Peak Antifreeze driver. How about this guy, Adam Benefiel? Adam Benefiel just dominating out there. Probably a precursor to what we can expect tomorrow night. It'll be a great battle in that 250-lap event. So less than 4 laps remaining. Here comes Adam Benefiel, closing in on the final laps. White flag in the air. Looking like he's going to be the outside pole. Adam Benefiel all by his lonesome. Dallas Pataska back in second, and look at the domination. Corner to corner lead. Adam Benefiel coming to the checkered flag. We'll take the checkered flag. Pataska, Schaefer Jr. Kyle Souza battling out the line. Schaefer Jr. beat him to 246. Kyle Souza will start 8th. Jimmy Mullis 10th. Outside the top 10, Ian Lane. And Garrett Conrath amidst some of those drivers. I think Devin Rogers down on pit road as well will start further back. That will do it for racing, folks. How about we go down and get some interviews for you? Joining me now to talk about his achievement tonight, getting the pole position, not necessarily through qualifying, but through racing the way it should be. Matt Rolfe joins me now, and Matt, in that heat race, got a good run there, and Ben Nile, I know you attacked the back of Ben Nile a little bit there heading into turn number 3, but I saw you back off to give a little way there. But I tell you what, it was a spectacular inside pass to get around them to take over the race lead, and after that, there was no looking back.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm kind of surprised that I even won that heat race. I got a pretty decent setup, I think, for tomorrow, and I wasn't sure how it would be transferring over to a shorter race here tonight. So, kind of definitely got lucky on the invert. Kind of put me towards the front of the field. Had a good race there with Ben. I could see him kind of overdriving it just a little bit once I got to him. Like you said, I almost ran in the back of him. I don't think I got him, but I had to check up for him. But then I was able to get by him. So that's pretty cool to start on the pole tomorrow night. We'll see how that goes. I know we got some really, really fast guys behind me, though. I was watching lap times, and Adam was probably a tenth quicker than I was in his heat race and in mine. So got to do a little bit of work for tomorrow night, but glad to be starting up front. It's kind of cool.
All right, well, congratulations. Anyone you want to give a thanks or shout out to?
Yeah, I got to say thanks to the T4X guys. We had a couple different setups kind of floating around here tonight, one for qualifying, one for the heat race. We got a different one for the race tomorrow, so everyone's putting in work to get that setup ready. And as always, the sponsors, I know you've probably already talked about them, and we'll talk about them again if you haven't. Just got to thank them for supporting the league and the Fall Brawl here this week. And now it's all about the race tomorrow night.
This is what it comes down to, waiting all year for this major event, the biggest event in iRacing and short track racing, and we're looking forward to it, Matt. Best of luck to you tomorrow night, and congratulations again for sitting at the top of the poll.
All right, thanks.
Joining me now, starting on the outside pole tomorrow, went very dominant in this heat race. It was over a 2.5-second lead there at the end. Adam Benefiel, this is no Oxford Plains for you, sir. This is 5 flags, and you come to race here tonight. Congratulations on getting that outside pole. What are your thoughts on tomorrow's race?
If anything, if the car is as good as it, was tonight as it's going to be for tomorrow night, I'm pretty pumped up about it. We were off a little bit in qualifying. I think this was kind of our first experience of how they do qualifying for the Fall Brawl, and we just missed it on setup a little bit. But we were able to rally back, and I think every one-up car had a solid heat race with Roush winning the B main, and then Jason Tarasenko and Christian, they had solid races. And then I got lucky, and one guy didn't show up, and it bumped me to the pole, and I was just able to set the pace, and I got a good jump and set the pace for the, for my race. But the car was great. Balance was good, so hopefully we can carry the momentum into tomorrow night and see what we can do. 250 laps is a long time. Track's going to change a bunch, and we'll see who's there at the end of the race.
All right, definitely looking forward to that. Do you have any thanks or shout-outs you want to give?
I want to thank Jason Tarasenko, Jason Miller, Christian Challoner, Samuel Roush for all the hard work that they put into these cars, and especially Tarasenko. He's worked his butt off, and he's, it showed. I felt like we showed that we're here in that last heat race. So, I want to give out a big thanks to all my sponsors, KR Designs, Roll Speed Dynamic, Midwest Power Source, and all my fans over at the Posse. I'll be over there to sign autographs later.
Okay. We got one fan question for you. Fan wants to know, are you here to party?
I'm here to party, baby. Let's go. I already got the Bud Light flowing. We're here for the long haul.
All right. Well, best of luck to you in tomorrow night's feature event, Adam.
All right, man. Thank you.
There you have it, folks. Adam Benefield, driver of the number 83, dominant fashion in his heat race here tonight. We'll start to the outside pole. It was the number 5, Matt Rolfe, scoring that pole position. And I tell you what, it was a great night of qualifying as well as preliminary races. We got our grid locked in. We've got all the cars locked in. We'll have 5 provisionals that we'll bring tomorrow. One of them, you're definitely going to tune in. I'll tell you, he's a real NASCAR driver, so you definitely want to tune in for that one. That's my little teaser right there, folks. But appreciate you joining us this Wednesday night. Tune in tomorrow night at 10 p.m. when we go live here for the H&H Sign and Supply Fall Brawl 250. That's going to do it for us, folks. Whether you got us out there on YouTube, Facebook Live, or Twitch TV, always a pleasure for you tuning in and watching. On behalf of the Sim Auto Racing Association, all the sponsors for the Fall Brawl Spectacular, iRacing.com, K&N Filters, and the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network, ladies and gentlemen, I am Dustin Caldwell saying thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you tomorrow night. Good night, everybody.